procedure used by your firms to discharge its debt obligations, the legal process of liquidating and insolvent debtors' assets, distributing the money to creditors, and relieving the debtor of any further debts is known as bankruptcy. MF Global is a public company. It was founded in November 2007. The headquarters are located in New York, United States. MF Global CEO is John Corzines, who is serving from March 2010 until November 2011. MF Global offered exchange-traded derivatives. MF Global was leading dealer in U.S. Treasury securities. Starting in 2008, MF Global was plagued by cessations of apparent liquidity issues.
The mechanism of MF Global used for the company is MF Global offers custom implementation assistance for purchasing and selling future contracts such as futures, options, and forward sale agreement. These trades were carried out on a digital trading platform that were linked to international markets. MF Global also dealer of a U.S. Treasury security and open market operation as a counterparty to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. In March 2010, former Goldman Sachs CEO and New Jersey Governor John Corzine was appointed CEO of MF Global. When Corzine became involved, MF Global was a loss-making commodity markets and future contract firm with a clientele primarily of Midwestern agriculture producers. When Corzine took over, Corzine embarked on a risky strategy that largely relies on high odds in order to generate high return with such little initial investment. MF Global purchased this bond in the hope that they will improve or be easily carried out, giving MF Global significant income at a low cost.
Next, we move on to the problem of MF Global that will lead to a bankruptcy. The MF Global crisis is the latest in a long line of Wall Street scandals. In the last days, billions of dollars in customers' funds disappear. Case of MF Global represents problems in the ethics of insiders itself, which are, firstly, failure in duty as a fiduciary. MF Global appears to make customers' funds into business accounts in order to pay off their company's debts. Their customers lost billions of dollars. In addition, this company is failure of disclosure and transparency. In investing in European bonds, MF Global took a huge risk. It's also unclear whether MF Global was open about its investing strategy and the broker did not fully disclose the size of types of its portfolio. Lastly, failure in utilitarian terms. Actions that provide the greatest good for the largest number of people are proposed by utilitarian ethical philosophy. The investment strategy of MF Global was an irrefutable utilitarian failure because the company's mismanagement had a harmful economic and reputation impact on the financial system.
Explain on the proposed improvement of bankruptcy for MF Global. The connection between the company and its investors should satisfy the first ethical concern, which is failure in duty as a fiduciary. To avoid billions of dollars in client losses, the chosen party on behalf of this company must assess and provide appropriate reason for the company's annual statements as well as evaluate them transparently. To perform actuarial assumptions and life expectancy underwriting, an experienced consultant with comprehensive expertise must be employed. Only then the responsibilities will be fulfilled and money generated from the client can be used to improve the business. Furthermore, it is strongly advised that MF Global employ decentralized finance as its investing approach. Using this technique, the company will be built on the blockchain to increase transparency and reduce intermediaries. Blockchain must also be used to create offers that deliver guided exposure to this approach and diversify risk exposure by providing customers with safety and stability. Whenever the result, its creditors may now lend money to this company without being concerned about the collateral, since they can rebalance their collateral as the price of the collateralized asset grows. Last but not least, utilitarian works are economic principles that claim proper activity is the one that result in the greatest overall happiness. MF Global, on the other hand, has failed to meet the requirements. Furthermore, the corporation must keep its promises and place ethics on par with profits. As a result, there will be no mismanagement since the staff will do their jobs better.
Hi, for thoughts and ideas in MF Global. Many brokerage firms have failed over the years, but MF Global representatives this time clients have been unable to recover 100% of their segregated funds. Due to this, future market play an important role in risk management and price discovery for many agricultural commodities. Therefore, it is important for key stakeholders to work together and find ways to ensure the safety of client funds without compromising market efficiency or imposing onerous costs to market participants.
Nadzirah launched Anuar in 1985 by merging two natural gas transmission firms, Husna Natural Gas Corporation and Internorth, which is resulting company H&G Internorth was renamed Anuar in 1986. converted itself into a trader of energy derivative contracts, serving as an intermediary between natural gas suppliers and their clients. Enron quickly dominated the market of natural gas contract under skilling leadership, and the company began to make significant profit on its trading.
Mechanism that Enron used is Enron's framework was to obtain a physical ability within every market and then leverage that investment by creating more adaptable pricing structure for market participants and managing risk with a financial derivative. Enron began using the market-to-market accounting method for reserving the value of its trade in 1999. Enron believed that this type of accounting introduced the result of managing its portfolio of trades and contract more reasonably. Enron was also a forerunner in the use of special purpose entities. An SPE is essentially a trust established by a company to retain some of the company's assets. Enron used a Citigroup organized SPE to cover up her amount of a debt as a commodity prepaid transaction. Enron had a partnership called Joint Energy Development Investor or JED, which was named after character from the Star Wars film. Enron and California Public Benefit System, known as CalPERS, or the California Public Employees Retirement System, collaborate on 50-50 basis. These notes carry variable interest rate based on Enron's credit rating.
Then what is the problem of Enron that led to their bankruptcy? Enron used to be one of the top 100 richest companies in 2002, but after an accounting scandal, the company began to fall apart. The Enron scandal is the largest corporate scandal in history, and the scandal is include both illegal and unethical behavior. This situation happened because of certain problems that arose within the company itself. Firstly, truthfulness, the lack of honesty by management about the company's health. Enron senior executives believed they had to be the best at whatever they did. Besides that, Enron's fall was aided by conflict of interest and the BOD that lacked independent monitoring of management. Some have claimed that Enron composition arrangement encouraged a narrow concentration of earnings growth and stock price. Thirdly, Enron exploited special purpose entities to raise money and manage risk. Enron was able to grow leverage and return on assets without having to disclose that on its balance sheet. By 2001, Enron had created hundreds of SPE corporations. Many of these were used to pay for forward contract with cash policies. Lastly, financial statement manipulation. To paint a rosy picture of its performance, Enron took advantage of accounting constraints in managing its earnings and balance sheet, and its accounting practice were mostly awful.
As for Enron's first improvement is to create an environment of trust and honesty. Transparency must be exercised by the company by freely providing essential company information so they do not have to be worried on their ending day of working. Instead of blaming other employees, Enron should accept responsibility while converting failures into opportunities for growth. Aside from that, conflicts of interest which might possibly impact the performance of one's duties. As a result, it is important for employees to be completely informed of their company's regulations, while Enron's board of directors must set explicit policies corresponding to the severity of a possible conflict of interest and disseminate them to the company and other relevant parties. For the last problem, concern should be centered on the accounting firm since this will have a consequence on audit quality. Those who will audit Enron's firm should be highly competent and credible, as it is easy for auditors to uncover and analyze errors in preparing the financial statements. This means the company will be able to avoid the bad debts that caused Enron's collapse and will no longer be able to take advantage of financial statement manipulation.
Thoughts and ideas in Enron. In conclusion, the economic recovery in the United States and abroad weakened in 2002 as financial market reflected a volatile environment due to declining stock market price as a result of corporate and accounting scandals such as Enron, WorldCom, and others. So, in fact, in addition, a potential positive result from Enron failure will be a clear and enhanced process in which auditors are selected, retained, and compensated. Director accountants and auditing firms need to be sensitive and responsive to the new level of scrutiny and disclosure caused by Enron's bankruptcy, the WorldCom disaster, and the recent corporate scandals.